Warning, the stories you're about to hear are detailed accounts of shenanigans, pranks, and some mistakes that are meant to replicate the sort of discussions that veterans have when they reunite over a cold beverage and do not depict the professional daily actions of the military at large. We hope to make you laugh, but not to disrespect our proud men and women in uniform. Listener discretion is advised. Welcome to Cammo Comedy, where we take a humorous look at the lighter side of military service. We got a big show for you today, but before we jump into it, if you like what we're doing here, give us a subscribe, give us a follow, whatever they call it on your podcasting platform. And while you're at it, give us a 5-star rating, write us a review, as that makes us more relevant in the algorithm and boosts the overall visibility of the show. But word-of-mouth advertising is just so powerful, so if you tell some friends, I will love you forever. Okay, let's jump into the show. I am your host, Aaron Wolf. Just as a friendly reminder to the audience, we put out a new show every single Monday. So make sure you give the notification bell a nice tap so you don't miss a show. Give it a nice tap. Also, we are doing laughter therapy here on the show. We got a lot of military members who struggle with everyday life after service, and we're just here to share a laugh and remember the good times. Joining me today is the man who taught me that dating a squirter is like looking down the barrel of a dolphin's blowhole. It's all fun and games until you get sea water in your face. Call sign Footloose. Footloose, thanks for being on the show today, man.
Why is it seawater? The letter C, water.
Just as salty.
Oh, gross.
What's the green stuff?
Why is there plastic on your couch?
Barnacles.
DM pollution.
So that's like a telltale sign that you're in a squirter's house is when...
Yeah, barnacles.
When there's plastic on their furniture, so...
Plankton.
Or they're just Italian.
Oh my God, my grandma was a squirter. This is how I had to figure it out. Why did you fucking do this to me?
Sorry, Nana was a freak, dude.
Yeah, well.
You can slip and slide on the couch.
Also joining us today is the man who taught me that ATM at the bank is not the same as the ATM on the Pornhubs, which is why I got asked to leave. Call sign Cheeks. Cheeks, thanks for being on the show today, man.
You got asked to leave Pornhub?
I got asked to leave the
Impressive.
Not even mad.
I was asked to leave the bank. It was one of the most humiliating experiences of my life, so thank you for bringing that up.
Did you slide like a note across and they thought you were robbing them at first?
No, we just, listen, it wasn't anything
question
like
mark?
that.
Yeah, it's over there in the corner. He goes over there and takes his pants off.
I'm ready.
We had ourselves a bit of a misunderstanding. You get asked to leave before they call the
I
cops
have
on you.
asked to mouth.
Shut the fuck up.
Hey, you can't ATM unless you're out there spreading cheeks, not hate, guys.
That is a fact.
Don't forget to check us out on our socials. I'm on Facebook and the Instagrams.
What's your handle?
It's call sign cheeks.
Fucking A.
The fuck else would it be?
Also, you can look up Aaron Wolf or Cammo Comedy on X, and we also got a Rumble page as well. We're putting out some shorts, so we got some of just the snippets of our show and stuff like that. It's a little bit more shareable. It's fun, something we're playing with. So check us out online.
Yeah.
Tell your friends about us too while you're at it. Okay.
Cheeks, you didn't want to tell them about your Grindr page. Let's spread some cheeks.
Spread my cheeks.
At spread my cheeks.
Where do you think that phrase came from in the first place?
He'll make you laugh while he's spreading your
If
cheeks.
you can find me on Grindr, it'll link you to my OnlyFans. And that's how Aaron and I are actually funding the show.
It's only feet.
You got to make your own breaks in life. You know what I mean?
You just weave your toes together like you're holding hands.
Yeah.
Selling socks and things of that nature. All right, you guys ready for my first story?
Yeah.
All right, so this story is going back to the year 2000. It's like we're living in the future again, but in the past.
All right.
Anyway.
Fuck out of here. Just shut up. Shut up.
Shut up with your bullshit. I'm so sick of your bullshit.
Look at your bullshit over here.
Anyway, so we got ourselves an Air Force story here. This story in particular is security forces guys, or Air Force military police. For those of you guys who might not know, that's what the Air Force calls their military police, is security forces. Just
because they're not real police.
Just so nobody's
security
confused. Well, we've got one main character here. We're going to call him Brad, okay?
Brad.
Now, Brad is working at the main gate at this Air Force base, right? And they were working long-ass hours. And what happens when you work long-ass hours is people get a little slap-happy and they start getting into their own entertainment. Well, also important to point out, in the year 2000, Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue came with some 3D centerfolds and just folded right there in the magazine, or some of those like stupid paper 3D glasses, like the red and the blue and stuff like that. They were just like plastic and paper folded up in the magazine. They had like one or two centerfolds.
So you would open the magazine and they'd be like that blurry, weird color, and you'd put those on and it would pop out at you.
Yeah, then you can beat off in 3D.
Yeah.
Well, we are living here in the future in the year 2000, so our centerfolds got to be in 3D, right?
Right.
Yes. What color does your cum look like with those on?
Why do you have the magazine still?
You can't open it anymore. Oh, I had that one.
Estella Daniela was the centerfold for this one.
Hey, Stella.
Exactly. So our friend Brad here was getting a little bored on post, and he's just kind of flipping through the magazine. He's like, you know what? I want to check out these 3D glasses, see what a nice centerfold looks like in 3D. So he throws them on. He's kind of checking them out. And it's getting later into the evening, so it's a little bit quieter on base. It's like 7:30 or 8 o'clock in the evening, something like that, right?
The witching hour.
Well, so all of a sudden, they see a vehicle's headlights, and they're kind of like turning onto the base. And so Brad looks at his buddy that he's posted with, and he's like, hey, man, how funny would it be if I go out and check this vehicle wearing these fucking 3D glasses?
Oh, my God.
Oh, God.
That sentence alone is already setting you up for failure. You're like, yeah, that'd be hilarious.
The security forces commander pulls up.
Well,
It's got to be worse.
check this out. So his buddy's just like, yeah, man, that would be pretty funny. Again, these guys are looking for their own entertainment.
Yeah.
So Brad pops out. He gets the ID, takes a glance at it, and it happens to be a 1-star general. Now, there's not a lot of good moves for Brad, because it's not like you can just rip them off your face. You've already been seen, right? So you're just like, are you going to rip
Play
them
it
off your
off.
face? Are you going to try to apologize?
Pretend
Or do
you
just-
forgot.
Sorry, I got my eyes dilated earlier.
So then why are you working shift?
I can't see very well to shoot.
So,
Oh, man.
So Brad just owns it. He's like, okay, pops a nice crisp salute, says, have a good day, General. And General just kind of, he does his customs and courtesies, whatever, and just kind of travels on base. Now, you might expect that this guy got his ass chewed right there at the main gate from the General. What's way worse than that? Like when you're fucking up and you have some, like your boss's boss fucking see you,
Yeah.
all they need to do is make a phone call, right?
That was going to be my statement. You're just going to be sitting in the guard shack waiting for that fucking call to come through. Like, he said nothing. He didn't yell at me. It's going to be way worse.
so much worse.
It's
almost like if you get yelled at, it's almost an expectation that maybe you'd handled it right there.
yeah, that's probably the end of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Silence is way worse.
Yeah. So,
It's like when your dad says he's disappointed in you.
oh, yeah. But you don't want the 1-star general on base being disappointed in you. So, Brad realizes he's probably fucked, so he just kind of slinks. He slinks right back inside the front gate, and he's just like, oh fuck, that was the general. Now his buddy thought he was fucking with him. He's like, what are the odds, man? There's like one general on this base. There's no way
He's not coming
that
in
was the guy
7 at night.
Right, that's the guy that's coming in the evening for whatever purposes. A couple minutes after this, the phone rings.
Oh, God.
He's like, oh shit, it's his boss. He's got to go back and report in, right? So he's like,
Hold my glasses.
let's not fucking just breeze run up. What a legend would Brad be if he reports in with the motherfucking 3D
Oh
glasses
God,
on?
that'd be so
Or
good.
at least like clipped into the Molly strap on his vest.
it's in his iPro case.
Fuck, man. So Brad realizes he's in for it. So he gets relieved, and then he takes that long, like silent, awkward ride back to whatever station you're at.
God.
And you go to report in to your boss.
I can feel that.
Oh
Yeah.
It's such a bad feeling.
I'm getting a stomach ache just thinking about it.
Because, like, listen, what's your fucking story going to be? Like, how do you play this down? How do you talk this away?
There's no way to come back from that.
And honestly, like, it is kind of a minor prank. If it would have been almost anybody else on base, it probably would have been like, this guy's an idiot, ha ha ha, whatever.
If I were that supervisor, I would demand the glasses, and then I would wear them while I reprimand him.
Now, see,
Yeah.
I don't know that this supervisor didn't have that kind of riz. So Brad reports in. He gets his ass chewed.
Don't fucking say Riz.
I can't believe you let that go.
I tried.
You're just always like, no.
I couldn't let it go. I couldn't do it.
Why do you always hate the way I
The
talk?
fuck are
I
you?
hate my accent.
Why are you always capping?
Your accent, I'm quitting. These Little Caesars coupons are not worth it.
Just hang in there, man. If you make a stink, then they just fucking accept them, okay?
The show's turning skibbity real quick.
Get the fuck out of here with that.
Oh, that's your fucking line? Skibbity?
Skibbity is
That's
my
your
line.
fucking line.
That was too far. Sorry.
So Brad just gets his ass chewed, and the only thing he could really say for himself is like, in my defense, could have happened to anybody, right?
Oh, well, that clears it up. Any fucking moron who's willing to do this for a laugh.
Now, it's unclear if Brad got paperwork. That part of the story we didn't get. We can guess and say he probably got written up for this for sure. But the other thing he had to do is almost worse than any kind of punishment that you have. He had to go to all of the different shifts and give the briefing
Oh my
on,
God,
you
yes.
know, proper customs and courtesies, professionalism, you know, what is authorized reading material on post. Now, also, by the way, this is something that we shouldn't skip over, is that these military police security forces guys are only supposed to have like official reading material on post. So like you're outing several things by pulling off this little funny shenanigans thing, right?
And I'm not supposed to jerk off on tower guard.
Well,
What other unreasonable rules do they have?
but there's, you know, how embarrassing is that? Because for those of you who might not know, like there is a grapevine in the military. So like the second you get busted for something like this, everybody fucking knows.
Everyone.
Even in the year 2000, right? Like before everybody had a smartphone and all that kind of stuff like that. People talk, right? So like when you're showing up to the other shifts, they know why the fuck you're there. And everybody's kind of snickering. It's like the guy that's completely unsafe or a dumbass has to give the safety briefing to everybody. Like everybody knows why you're there.
And he gave that briefing wearing the glasses.
How great would that
Yes.
have been? That's such an awesome story, man. Thanks, Brad.
It's amazing. Thanks, Brad.
You're a hero.
Well, I have another stupid gate story here for you, but this one's coming from the other end,
Yes.
so to speak.
What does that mean?
So
So
this
the
is,
story's from a general.
he's wearing 3D glasses driving.
I don't mean to interrupt you, but how great would that troll have been if that general had like an actual sense of humor?
Yeah.
Like he
Oh,
comes
my-
back like a week later knowing when that guy's going to be posted there and he's wearing the fucking 3D glasses this time. Oh,
Something funny?
do you want to laugh at me? Yeah. This guy probably didn't have the best sense of humor, though. I'm just going to go ahead and guess.
Most generals generally don't.
general.
Nah, right.
Generally.
All right. Sorry about that.
All right, so this is actually from even further back into the future, 1970s.
Hell yeah, man.
You people.
So this is coming from a Navy guy, and he is, in his words, hammered. So,
Well, say it isn't so for the Navy
yeah.
in the 70s, especially.
believe it or not, those guys weren't taking this seriously. And were coping in unhealthy ways. Yeah.
There was that famous YouTube video where I think it was in the 1980s when they had these people that were talking about America's becoming communist because they can't drink and drive anymore because they were actually starting to have laws that said wear your seatbelt, drink and drive, and they were like, we're starting to be communist country here. So I think
Yeah, it was
Look
like
at us now.
it was the lady with like the baby in the front seat facing forward.
that is such a classic.
I just can't believe it. Next thing you know, we're a communist country. So I have
anyway.
to imagine that was the 80s from that YouTube video you're talking about. This is the 70s.
Yeah.
So take off 10 years of giving a shit. So this guy said he's stumbling through the gate, and you know, as you do when you're drunk, you just pulling out your wallet to try and show your ID, and he just grabs the first card that he pulls up, shows it to him, doesn't like, you know, wink in one eye, like keeping it open to try and stay up.
That's how you beat the double vision.
Yeah. Aim for the middle of the two. Hands it to him, and then he hands it back, and he just walks on base, and he's like, and I go to put it back in my wallet. Pulls out his wallet and he's staring at his ID in the wallet still, and he's like, "What the fuck?" It's like, if my ID's right here, and he looks in his other hand, he's holding his fucking library card.
Oh, so he waved his library card?
Yeah, he goes up clearly shit-faced, and to really hammer that home, here's my library card. I'm not even have enough motor functions to hand you my photo ID.
Your job is the Niven rail.
I don't know who that Navy guy was working the gate, And it was 50 years ago, but he's in some trouble today.
He later became a general.
Who did not have any amusement over people fucking waving him
Fucking
in.
lazy ass gate guards. I'll show
3D
him.
glasses.
Oh my god!
This guy got on base with his fucking library card.
Yeah, so he just like, and I mean, nobody stopped me. Like, I made it back. Like, he didn't even say anything. Like, he didn't laugh. So you have to imagine he literally took it from him, didn't even look at it, and just handed it back to him, just dead behind the eye.
Well, he can't fucking say something like, "Hey, this guy made it through the gate," because then you're in trouble. 'cause
Right?
you
Yeah,
fucked
he's
up.
fucked.
That's something that you probably get away with the one time. You know?
Yeah, let that be somebody else's problem.
Yeah. He's just angry. Like, he's the guy that sees all the guys on Friday night coming in, having a fucking great time. And he's just like, fuck you, dude.
Yeah, welcome back. I've enjoyed work. I was getting shit-faced. Probably just woke him up. Well, yeah, library card. Good.
This fucking guy didn't even have to give the briefings to all the other, seamen the next day. Of like, hey, this is the proper way to enter the base.
A library card is not acceptable entry into the base.
That's awesome, man.
So our next story is going to fast forward to the Afghanistan time frame.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And
Like the Russians.
Rambo 3.
right. So on this particular story, these guys deploy and they're on a small compound where it's only a platoon size element.
Oh, shit.
Okay. So when they would run missions, it's important to know that only like 2 people would stay back and guard their little compound.
Oh, fuck.
Right. So those those 2 people would rotate, you know what I mean? Whoever's next mission, those 2 guys are on it and 2 people stay back. So it was constantly like a revolving door of who's going on mission. Well, these guys just got into Afghanistan and they're running their like second mission ever alone.
Oh, no.
Okay.
What could go wrong?
Yeah, what could go wrong? Well, they're in these giant up armored trucks. Obviously, they're in a MATV, which is the all-terrain one with the humongous tires, and they're maneuverable when you have the space to do it. But through these little villages and these small bridges and stuff like that, it is hard.
It's like a huge dump truck.
It is.
Got armor on.
Yeah, it's exactly what it's like, and the
like
windows
cheats.
are so small. Yes.
How dare you, sir?
Well, these guys are going through this village and they have to make a 90-degree turn with no
Spotter.
There's no room. Yeah, no spotter, first of all. But there's no room to like swing it wide because there's 15-foot walls on either side of them. So they just have to cut it hard onto the bridge, right?
Well, that's not nerve-wracking in and of itself.
Well,
you know what I mean?
the lead truck has an E6, a staff sergeant, because these are Army guys. So E6 staff sergeant as the truck commander, and he gets on main air and he's like, "Hey guys, we're gonna need to get a ground guide because this is a really tight turn."
It's pretty tight in there.
So their dismount hops out and kind of ground guides them through and across the bridge. Like, all right, we're good. The less seasoned second lieutenant
Oh, God.
gets on main air.
Leroy.
Yes. He goes, "We don't need a fucking ground guide, do we?" And he says that over all the comms, right?
Full send.
Well, the driver immediately turns onto the bridge and the right rear tire falls completely off.
You mean off the bridge, not off the
Yeah. So the right rear tire is completely off the bridge. This thing is like canted down at this weird angle. The gunner's up there like, "Oh, fuck my ass."
This is how I die.
Yeah,
He
exactly.
says he turns and looks down at the spot where he's going to fall and die at, and he just sees like this big wadi, like a giant creek with running water, and he's like, "Good
Shit.
God."
That is nightmare fuel. And
No
famous last
shit.
words, too. Like, yeah, we don't need a ground guy. Fuck it.
Yeah. So they're sitting there for a while. They're trying to get it out, and they didn't know the trucks that well. Okay, that's important to note as well, because the more time you spend in country, the more familiar you become with these MATVs and stuff.
Yeah, what they can do, what they can't do.
Yeah. So later they found out they literally could have just thrown it in like 4-wheel.
I was going to say, I feel like you could have just kept driving and been fine, but
they didn't know how to work the trucks the right way, right? Because it's their second fucking mission.
Fucking noobs.
So what do? They call for a wrecker.
oh my God. They didn't even try because they didn't want to
sucks.
flip it?
I don't know what they tried.
That is kind of nerve-wracking. In their defense, like if you're tilting off of a fucking bridge, which by the way, like who knows what kind of fucking like construction standards there are.
Oh yeah, well, the guy who was telling the story said, if you asked me to drive a car over this bridge, I would have told you to go fuck yourself.
Driving a huge dump truck.
Plus the squirting seawater at the bottom.
So So the gunner of this truck is like up in the air and he's looking around and it starts to get busy, right? Because they're going into a village and this is like the one road that you can take, okay?
Oh, God.
So then a crowd starts to amass. He's like, hey, we're in a bad place, boys. So they start like hopping out, setting up security and whatnot, and they call for the wrecker. Well, it's not like you just call a tow truck like here and the tow truck comes and pulls you out. You're in a combat zone.
Oh, man.
So that wrecker's coming with a convoy.
Oh my God.
Oh,
In
geez.
this small bottlenose village.
Yeah, nothing
I'll
can
say,
go
like,
wrong.
for the locals there, I gotta say, like, I would want to come and watch this too.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
like, even if you don't have any ill intent, you're like, hey, these guys,
Look at these fucking idiots.
they're gonna flip this fucking huge vehicle.
Yeah.
Let's watch it.
Well, they get the wrecker there, and they said this was like October time frame, so it'd been raining, like rainy season and whatnot. Yeah. So the wrecker got stuck.
Oh my God.
Oh, that is like a fire truck on fire. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Like stuck at the other end of the bridge, so now they've completely blocked the whole road.
Oh, it's not like it was a long bridge. This bridge is like 30 feet long. You know what I mean? So the one truck fucked it completely.
Oh my.
yeah. Never mind us. We know what we're doing here.
So the convoy commander's like, hey boys, go ahead and put your night vision on. We're gonna be here for a minute.
Oh God.
So
this is what we call an upholstery spike.
yes.
Like where you have like a nice spike of poop that just pokes down and hits the upholstery on the seat.
you shit your pants too much.
Excuse me. Like,
It's a very loose stool.
So here's the fucked up part, okay? So these guys are stuck on this bridge for hours. We're not talking 1-2 hours. We're talking they left at like 7 in the morning. Okay. And it's nighttime.
that's a bad day.
It's a bad fucking day. Well, they eventually get the truck unstuck, right? Nobody tells the two guys that are back at the main compound.
Oh my God, I was just
thinking
Yeah, I
about
was
that.
just thinking about like,
You
what if
imagine,
they
like-
don't come back for a long time? Like, so when's this shift over?
So one of the dudes in the tower was telling us, because he was in our little group telling the story, he's like, I'm sitting there in the tower. I'm like, where the fuck are these guys? So these bitches that were on mission said, it's too dark, it's too late. We're going to stay at this other base.
Shit.
Oh my God,
That sucks.
they didn't even come back.
Well, the other thing is,
Didn't
too,
even come back till the next day.
let's not sleep on this. Can you imagine the conversations that got to be had? Because if these guys set out like early that morning, they had a mission.
Yeah.
And like if they got stuck early on, like there's going to have to be a lieutenant or somebody calling up to higher headquarters, be like, we're stuck. And yeah, the wrecker's stuck too. So like go ahead and cancel like whatever expectations you had for today. Like,
Well, I'm sure they did, but the two motherfuckers on this small little compound just in a tower
yeah.
making
They're
sure
sitting there
nobody
having
overruns
we're
it.
lone survivors
And
conversation.
Nobody's telling them what's going
if I
on.
know anything from history, the military has really great communications when it comes to like telling people further down the chain what
Yeah.
the fuck's going on.
The guy left behind definitely gets notified first that he's fucked for the next 48 hours.
Hey, you're going to stay up in that tower till you turn to bones.
Yeah.
Hopefully you don't like sleeping.
Oh, that's terrible.
It's fucking horrible.
Oh, no.
Well, that's the thing. You're those two guys. Like you got to go to fucking bed at some point. But you're like, if we go to bed, no one's pulling security.
Yeah.
We will get killed in our sleep.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
you start rotating those fucking 45-minute cat naps a piece.
So I pictured them like not having personal radios, obviously, because nobody fucking called them.
Yeah.
And they're just on the opposite side of the compound. Hey, Billy! Billy, you still up? You good?
It's been a long time.
Like, that's how they're fucking communicating.
I got to shit.
And you're just shitting in and you're just shitting in like a plastic bag. Or pissing off the tower.
Like,
or
how
something.
big was the compound? Could one person keep making 360s around it, or would that take too long?
That just sucks.
It was, I mean, it was big enough that somebody could walk it, but it would take you a few minutes to walk the whole perimeter. So, like, they said they had towers on the four corners, and they would just like the opposite side towers is where they would be at, so they
Okay.
could cover all four walls.
That's unreal.
So, anyways, fuck lieutenants.
That's what we're getting at here. Officers
last
are the
word.
worst.
Oh man,
Way to judge it. That's an awesome story. Thanks for sharing that.
go
so,
fuck yourself.
rude. Rude.
Cheeks was one of those two guys.
I was not.
Nice.
I would have went to bed.
I was the second lieutenant. I'm just saying they could have just dammed up the the river there and made a swimming pool for everyone in the village.
Yeah.
Just the Matt V's on its side in the middle of the ditch.
That sucks. That just sucks. I don't care who you are. All right, you guys ready for my next story?
Yeah.
All right, so we got ourselves another Marine story.
All right.
And it's a basic training story.
Oh, snap.
So,
Hell yeah.
We love the Marines. They're a wild bunch, so they always have pretty epic stories. And I love the basic training stories, too. So thanks for sending this in.
Is this Paris Island or like the Hollywood Marines?
Hollywood Marines.
That's what they call the San Diego guys.
That's awesome. I've never heard that.
So this story's going back to early 1999, baby.
All right.
Y2K, everybody's afraid that, the computers are going to eat everybody because they don't know what date it is or some shit like that.
Yeah, it's terrifying. I remember that.
So it's important to understand what the Marines mean when they say duck chow, right?
Like D-U-C-K, like quack?
D-U-C-K. So this
never heard
lends
this.
to...
Ducked.
No, this is
Like
duck,
duct
like
tape.
quack, quack.
Okay.
Right? So this lends to the phrase duck in and duck out.
Ah,
right?
okay.
So the way that it worked, at least back then, is you had a platoon guide for your trainee platoon, and they would always eat last. They would be the last person in line to go into the chow hall, right?
Yeah.
So they would duck in at the end of the line of everybody else. They would take a couple, 3 bites of their food, and then when the platoon guide would stand up, that signals to the rest of the platoon, you're done. Everybody's got to get the fuck out, right? So this is what they referred to as duck chow. You duck in, you duck out.
Hey, that reminds me, Cheeks, would you like some duck sausage? It's a question.
Yes.
Oh, well, you can duck down here and grab all the sausage you want.
Out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Now, I'll just go ahead and say for the record here that I hope that the DIs, the drill instructors, were feeding these motherfuckers on the side because you burn a ton of calories just doing all the marching and all the PT, all that kind of stuff like that for as long as the Marine Corps basic training is, and only take a couple of bites of every one of your fucking meals, it's got to get fucking old.
And I'm sure you're
Right.
eating the really nutritious stuff, not just stuffing a biscuit in your mouth.
Oh, for sure. So one day, this group of basic trainees in the Marines did not experience duck chow. They got as much time to eat as much as they want, right?
That's a trap.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, we have one main character here. We're going to call him Matthew. Now, Matthew was thinking like, this is great, man. Like I actually have a little bit of time to eat. So, he ate his fill and thought everything was great. Right?
For the first time in 2 months. Matthew's belly was full.
Probably.
Probably sick.
So, just being kind of younger and naive, you're just like, we've been in for a little while now. Maybe they're starting to go a little bit easier on us. This is kind of nice. Okay, cool. So you eat your fill. Then they realized that the drill instructors really cared about their health and hydration because after chow,
None of this seems right.
they wanted to make sure that everybody was super hydrated. And this is my own speculation here, but you would see in basic training, it is repeated probably 17,000 times a day. Make sure that you stay hydrated.
Yeah.
And no matter how many times the instructors foot stomp this, people are always falling out. And they get in trouble for that kind of shit. So they have to do things like this.
Hydrate. Beat the heat, drill sergeant. Beat the heat.
So they cared so much about this group of basic trainees that they made sure to do this outside of the prying eyes of any kind of an officer, and they did it inside of the barracks. Now, it's important to kind of illustrate what the Marine Corps basic training barracks are like, right? You've got an open bay concept, right? So you've got one row of bunks that is going to be on the left side of this bay and one row of bunks that are down the right side of the bay. And in the middle, there was different configurations from what I understand, but the middle they called the DI highway. I guess in the Army they call it the kill zone, and what do they call it in the Air Force? The fluffing station or something like that.
The espresso station.
Make sure everybody stays rock hard at all times.
I heard it's a great place to play baseball.
That is a fact. If you can get away with it, and you know how to fucking wax a floor. But there is enough space in this DI highway that they could actually insert a third row of bunks. And I think if they get busier, they'll do something like that if they have a lot more recruits that are coming in summertime or anything else like this. But that's just to illustrate that there is a vast amount of space in this DI highway, right? But for this story, they only had the 2 rows of bunks, one on the left, one on the right. The DIs bring all of the basic trainees into their barracks, outside of the prying eyes of any kind of officers or anything like that, right? They make everybody stand at the position of attention at the foot of their bunks, and they would give the order to hydrate. And you had to take out your canteen, and you had to drink that motherfucker, and when you were done, you had to hold it upside down over your head to prove that you drank the entire contents of your canteen, right? Well,
Yeah, we used to do the same thing in the Army, too. It was fucking horrible.
See, in inverse, I had one of my canteens that I would always fill with blue Hawaiian punch because I was in the Air Force.
out of here.
What?
We had to carry multiple canteens.
Is two multiple for you? Is two?
Well, we had to carry 1 2-quart canteen with a satchel strap.
Yeah.
For
And then we
sangria.
had 2 1-quart canteens attached to our web belt. And they would only check normally like one of them. So when they say, hey, prove you got water, I'd open the water canteen and pour a little bit out to show that, all right, it's full of water. But my left one was always full of blue Hawaiian punch.
I fucking hate you.
And this is why everybody faints.
It was delicious during lunchtime. Everyone's just eating boring ass water.
Oh, God.
What the fuck? Blue? God damn it.
Oh, God. So once everybody had their canteen upside down over the head, they would tell all the recruits that go to the head or the bathroom, refill it, come back to the foot of your bunk at the position of attention, and rinse and repeat. Right? So Matthew goes through about like 3 different canteens at this point, right? Mm-hmm. Then all of a sudden, at the position of attention, he just violently barfs all the way across the fucking the DI highway. It looks like somebody just opened a fire hydrant in the city, right? You know what I mean? Like, and everybody's fucking playing in it. Yeah. He said that the 2 guys that were standing opposite of him dove out of the way to make sure that nothing got on them, and he's just standing there at the fucking position of attention.
Oh my God, so he never even broke his stance.
Forward, Private! Stop vomiting!
That's literally...
I didn't give you permission to vomit, Private!
So he never even broke his stance. Like, violently puking, hands and arms locked in position.
No.
Just
Like
looking straight ahead.
No, like we said, Matthew was a little naive. He did not necessarily see this coming, and it gets worse. It gets so much worse,
He
right?
then shits himself.
No, it wasn't quite like that. But they made Matthew stand there at the position of attention while they made everybody else in his platoon clean it up.
Oh, God.
It gets worse.
They had to eat it.
No. Luckily, it wasn't that bad.
What is wrong with you?
It wasn't quite that bad. However, at least at this time, in 1999, they did not allow the recruits to use any long cleaning utensils like a mop or a broom or anything like that. So they had to mop it up with their towels and like a little tiny hand broom. And the theory was...
Oh, my God. Like their own personal dry-off towels.
I don't know 100%, but we can guess probably. I don't know if they have just tons of towels sitting around.
Laundry day's not till Thursday.
That's so fucking disgusting. Now,
The 2 guys that dove out of the way had to actually do push-ups in the throw-up for moving.
well, the theory was at the time is like the recruits had to be close in with the filth, just like Marines have to be close in to destroy the enemy, right? So you had to be close in to destroy this filth. So they had to mop everything up with fucking towels and little like hand brooms and stuff
They had
like
to
that.
low crawl to destroy the
Like, can you
bacteria.
imagine? While poor Matthew has to stand there at the fucking position of attention, like this is
Still puke dribbling down his cheeks. Like,
that is a bad day, but that is so fucking hilarious because who hasn't been in that? I mean, he didn't even try to,
I've never been in that situation.
he didn't even try to puke down his shirt.
yeah.
Yeah.
What a rookie.
What a rookie.
See, I didn't make anyone else clean up my messes.
I guarantee though that he would have been in trouble if he would have done that. Like this is a lose-lose.
It is.
They very much so wanted this to be a problem.
But see, then it's only my problem. I don't make my problems other people's problems. Just ask my wife.
Yeah.
Just like the Hawaiian punch.
See, I kept the Hawaiian punch to myself. I didn't share it and get anyone else in trouble. It was my Hawaiian punch.
Fucking hate you.
Okay, but imagine you're the dude who chugged a bunch of Hawaiian punch and then violently vomits, and it's bright fucking blue.
This guy's either sick or he's full of shit.
What in the fuck did you eat?
So we had an I don't know if I've told this story or not on the show yet, but we had a barracks inspection one time where like health and welfare inspection.
Yeah.
Where they go through and check your locker and they throw everything because it's not fucking folded the right way. Well, we're all towing the line. They're at the edge of the kill zone, right? We're standing at attention. Everybody shits in the middle of the kill zone, and then they get to the last fucking person, and an apple rolls out into the kill zone.
Holy dog shit.
There was no, like, you're not allowed to have food in the barracks for...
Full metal jacket.
Yes, dude. Of all the things, it was an apple. He was an older dude. He was in like his mid-30s. He was like, man, I just wanted a snack. We're like, an apple, dude?
Yeah, that's my go-to.
So we all got our asses smoked for it. I just remember that apple rolling out.
Shove the apple up your ass.
Yeah.
That's how I like to eat them.
It's like in South Park. It's healthier that way.
Yeah.
Nice. I love that story. Thanks for sharing. Hey, thanks for checking out the Cammo Comedy Show Podcast. We got a fundraiser going on right now, so if you like what we're doing here and want to keep us rolling, consider making a contribution. We'll put a link in the description. Also, we had some fun animations made up for this fundraiser, so we'll put links for those in the description as well if you want to just check those out. Also, don't forget to tell a friend about us if you love what we're doing here. Word of mouth advertising is very powerful, and we really appreciate you for helping us out. If you've got any funny military stories of your own or know somebody who does, drop us a voicemail at area code 531-222-6146. Also, we've got an email open. That's stories@cammocomedy.com. That's stories, STORIES, at CAMMOCOMEDY.com. We'll have a lot more fun announcements coming soon, so stay tuned. All right, I'm going to go microwave a croissant. Later. Hold on, he can reset.
That's why we can't go live. That's why we can't do it live. Cheeks has to come and clean
Oh yeah,
all the fucking windows. Yeah.
I'm gonna come.
I'm gonna come.